Good morning. Welcome to your latest weather update from the Met Office. As we go through the last couple of days of 2024, there is a change in the weather. Fortunately, it's turning much more unsettled across the country. But before we get there, we still have some mist and murk around across England and Wales. But unlike recent days, I'm fairly hopeful that will start to lift and break up. So come the afternoon, actually, for parts of the Midlands, East Anglia, central southern England, we should see some decent amounts of sunshine. For Northern Ireland, although it would be fairly dry here, it will be rather grey. But really for Scotland, that's where the main bulk of the rain will be, especially for Western Scotland, some heavy and persistent rain here during the course of the day. And some cold air beginning to move in too, so that will turn the rain increasingly to snow across the higher ground. But for most of us, with a little bit more brightness around, it shouldn't feel as cold. Could see highs reaching 10 to 12 degrees, but up across the very far north of Scotland, where that cold air begins to move in, at best only around 5 to 6. So moving into the evening, if anything, that rain intensifies across Scotland and also the risk of some further snow, again, mainly across the higher ground. Come the early hours of Monday morning, warnings do come into effect across parts of Scotland for rain and snow, and they will continue right throughout the day and into New Year's Eve too. So if you do have any travel plans for Hogmanay across Scotland, do stay up to date with the latest warnings on our website and allow some extra time for your travels. To the south of this, it's going to be a fairly quiet night as we move into Monday morning. Best of any clearer skies will be across the very far south, but for most of us it's going to be another fairly mild night, with the exception of the very far north. Most of us seeing lows no lower than around 5 to 6 degrees. So Monday morning, for much of England and Wales, it's a fairly dry but grey start. Best of the sunshine will be to the far south of the country. Could just see a few showers here, but for most it's a fairly decent Monday. The rain just moving into Northern Ireland and the far north of England later on in the day, where it also will become quite windy, especially across the Pennines. So if you do have any travel plans here, do just to allow some extra time for your journeys, as there could be some buffeting on the roads. But it really is Scotland what's going to have a fairly poor day on Monday. Plenty of rain around, could see some localised flooding, and again the risk of some snow, especially across the higher routes. So feeling quite cold up across the far north of Scotland here, at best 3 to 5 degrees for our Monday highs. But down towards the south, with the winds coming in from the southwest and any brightness, we should see highs reaching around 10 to 12 degrees once again. And then looking at the New Year and Hogmanay period, unfortunately for most of us, it's going to be a fairly unsettled one. Quite windy, especially across the north, where it could potentially turn very windy at times. Risk of some further heavy rain and also some snow. And then for all of us, as we go into the early part of 2025, it does look like it will turn much colder. But you can find out more about the weather where you are on our website, where you can also stay up to date with the latest warnings. But from me for now, take care, and I'll see you again soon.